morning, folks. It's Tuesday morning. We've just been for a walk. Gonna head back now and got some work to crack on with, some final orders to pack, and I will catch you up when I get back. I've spent the past hour or so researching print-on-demand companies, seeing as my online shop is not going to be able to be run the way it has been. If you want an update on all of that, you can go and have a look at my previous vlog, which will be linked up here somewhere. The long and short of it, though, is that New Zealand Post has changed things up, so I will no longer be able to send things the way I was. So I'm looking into ways of getting other companies elsewhere to ship either products that I have created or their products with my designs on. Probably the most well-known of these are places like Society6 and Redbubble. I don't want to go in that direction, for one thing because they don't integrate with my site, and the other thing is that you only get paid pennies per product. What I'm looking at instead is a company called Printful, and they do all the print-on-demand stuff, except you can integrate it with your own site and you can set higher profit margins as well. However, they don't do stationary items such as notebooks or postcards or greetings cards or any of those sorts of things, which is kind of the core of my business. You know, I'm a book designer, so I want to be able to have books as an option, as well as other sort of peripheral bookish things. So I found a company which is called Art of Wear, and they are based in Canada. And they basically do what Printful do, slightly different model, but they do notebooks. I just need to figure out whether their notebooks in particular integrate with Squarespace, because that wasn't explicit on their site. But if they do, if I get a thumbs up, then I think that's probably what I will go with. And I can go ahead and order some samples while I'm waiting for that response, which I imagine will be a couple of days. I've got a bunch of these postcards still that need to go on my site because it says sold out at the moment, but I do have another few sets left. Apart from that, just an admin-y sort of day. Tuesdays tend to be a bit like this, so not a great deal to report, but I will check in with you a bit later when things get more exciting, hopefully. Sorry, the light is terrible. But I thought I'd show you this stack of envelopes, which represents all of the notebooks that I need to get printed and sent out so far. There's quite a lot of them here. I'm very impressed and a bit overwhelmed by how many people have ordered them. These are the reprints. I'm doing a batch of print-on-demand notebooks for the final round. So if you're watching this fairly soon after it's gone up, then you can still order. They'll be up until the 10th of June, and then I will have them all dispatched by the 25th. And then it will be the beginning of a new era. The best bear! Hi! Oh, look at you. Hello folks, it is a Wednesday morning and I am off to work at the office here for a couple of hours, but I thought I'd give you a quick update on what I'm reading, which is Wicked Saints by Emily Duncan. It's a YA fantasy. I'm quite enjoying it so far. It's a it's set in a sort of Russian style world, which I tend to not enjoy. I don't know what it is, but for instance, I read Deathless by Catherine Valente, and I really didn't like that. And oh, what was the other one? Yeah, The Bear and the Nightingale, which everyone loves. So I don't know what's going on. But this one is, yeah, intriguing so far. I'm not obsessed with it yet. I know a lot of people have really liked this book, so we'll see. But what I'm kind of tempted to do is go back and reread A Song of Ice and Fire, because I'm just feeling a bit flat after Game of Thrones has finished, and especially given the lack of time spent on certain character developments, which I could spend a whole video talking about. But yeah, that's what I'm reading at the moment. I haven't read a huge amount recently. The Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, which I talked about a few vlogs ago. I finished that. I wasn't overly impressed by that either. I don't know if it's just the mood I'm in at the moment with books, or whether it was the books themselves, because sometimes it's really hard to tell. Anyway, that's what's going on, and I'll see you a bit later. I had some good news this morning. The website that I'm looking into for dropshipping and print on demand do notebooks that integrate with Squarespace. So we're good. This means I need some new designs. I think that might be what I focus on this week, for the rest of the week at least, and I can take you along on that journey. And then I can order some samples, and hopefully in a couple of vlogs time I can do an unboxing of said samples for you. Let's go. Hi folks, it's now Thursday morning, and the setup here is because I am filming a video. This one's going to be about how to work with a book cover designer. It's another part of my self-publishing series, so that will be going up probably 3 or 4 days after this vlog, if that's something you're interested in. I know that those videos aren't for everyone, because obviously not all of you are authors, but it's fantastic for me to be able to have somewhere to direct people if they have questions about self-publishing, as I've been working with some more self-published authors recently. So yeah, it's just a useful resource, and also I think it might help to bring more people into my business to know about me and what I do. So that's going to be a positive thing as well. I'm learning a bit about YouTube SEO, so search engine optimization specifically for YouTube. This series is one that I'm kind of focusing a bit more on. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of an experimentation thing. So yeah, I'm gonna film that video now, and this afternoon, or later on today, I'm going to brainstorm some ideas for designs for these new products, which, as I said, I'm very excited about. And I've got a few ideas already, but I'll take you along on the brainstorming process and then hopefully get started on some actual designs. Whew. So I filmed that video, and I've done a bit of a brainstorm. I've got a sheet of paper with some ideas. The main 4 products I think I'm going to focus on, at least to begin with, are scarves, because I love wearing scarves, journals, obviously, stationery stuff, pencil cases, tote bags, and these tote bags, they do seem to be really gorgeous. You can have different handle options. There are lots of different things to be done, and possibly cushions. This is number 5 as a maybe. It may be that I can repurpose the designs from tote bags or journals and use them on cushions, but I don't want it to be too overwhelming. I don't want to have too many different products, at least to begin with, just because it's a bit much when you have the choice of having this one design on all these different products. And that's what I don't like about Society 6, is that it gives you kind of too much choice, and actually some designs don't work on everything. So what I've been doing is going through my portfolio and looking at the designs I've got, the designs that have done well, and ways that I can maybe manipulate them or change them or redesign them entirely and turn them into new products. I've also got some new ideas for completely new designs, which is pretty cool, but I wanted to go back to some of my favorites before I did that, because I think there are some that have a lot of potential. One thing being the Phoenix design that I did as a bookmark. I'd love to redo that on a much bigger scale, have more detail in there, and turn it into a scarf. How cool would that be? And how amazing would that be to have that as my first product, seeing as this is my shop rising from the ashes. More Greek goddess things are definitely coming, because you guys seem to love those, as well as more kind of lifestyle reading things. So my first example of that was the fantasy reader pin,
and you guys seem to love that too. I think because it's a dragon, but also because it's a bit more general. It's not specific to one fandom, and you know, a lot of people can identify that. Yes, I am a fantasy reader. So I'd love to do that with maybe some different genres. Obviously, fantasy is my main thing. That's what I read probably the most of. Those things where people can go, ah, yes, that is me. This defines me. I want that in my life. Is quite compelling, I think. And that's definitely reflected in the sales, at least of the pin. So we'll see if that translates to other things. We're just kind of experimenting and seeing what happens here. The other scarf idea I have is an Anne of Green Gables or Secret Garden one with lots of kind of florally, leafy things going on, probably in markers and ink. Something quite big. I'm really excited about this idea. Can you tell? Doing something that's a lot bigger than I've ever done before, especially for my shop. So the biggest things I've made, recently at least, have been the A4 designs of The Hobbit and The Name of the Wind, which I really enjoyed doing, but they took me about a day all up to do the final artwork piece. I'd love to do that one that's kind of big and a bit like doing a jigsaw puzzle or something. You know, it's quite, it's going to be a several day process. You know, I could take a long weekend to work on it. So many different ideas. My brain is just going ping, 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 ping. And it's quite a contrast to last week where I was just kind of felt like everything was crumbling around me a little bit. But now I'm really pumped into this, and yeah, I just want to get on with some designs now. Oh my goodness, this is super exciting. I will check in with you later, and if I start doing some drawing, I will obviously share that with you, because that's what this is all about. Hi folks, it is Friday morning and I'm here to show you my artboard from year 12, which is when I was 16, 17. To begin with, we have these pencil drawings, and this one here is a copy of a painting that I will show next to it. And obviously it's a pencil drawing of a painting. This is one of my all-time favourite paintings still. It's by a woman called Seraphine Pick, who is a New Zealand painter, and I adore her work. It's absolutely beautiful. So all of these are sort of based on her style and the tone of her work. They're quite kind of surrealist, a bit weird. So yeah, we have lots of doors sort of floating, just door frames, which I quite like, and furniture in strange places. I'm pretty sure I used a picture of David Tennant as my reference. So he's got quite a doctorish look to him. And this whole thing has got a bit of a Narnia feel to it with the lamppost and the door. We've got a flying couch and an umbrella. This one here I really like the composition of, and I like all of this going on down here and the light coming from inside the umbrella. Not sure about the figure though. I think I might have started off with that as hair and then it didn't go very well, so I thought maybe I'll turn it into a blanket or something. I don't know. Really weird faces because this is so small. That's my finger. So they're pretty tiny. Yeah, that one there. I like her jacket. That's about all I can say about this one. Then we move on to these ones here, which were reference pictures of me in various outfits. Yeah, so big person, big people, little people. Yay. And then that continues here. Not very successfully, I don't think. But I very clearly remember this dress. This is a kind of Grecian green dress that I had in my wardrobe at the time. This is bringing some different ones together. I don't think it's very successful. Then we have this one here though, which I do quite like. Big person, little people, same little people from a previous drawing, the drawing that is up there. And yeah, we've got books. This is feeling a bit more like me. There's a lot of Dan Brown on there. Goodness me. You've got The Time Traveller's Wife, The Lovely Bones, Kill a Mockingbird, Captain Corelli's Mandolin. I remember reading all of these around that time as well, which is kind of cool. And this book here is called Seraphine Pick, and it's a retrospective of the artist who I mentioned before, the New Zealand painter. So that's a nice little nod to her as the artist model. And then this one here, which I don't like at all. It's not very successful. This woman looks like she's about to snap, and he looks a bit zoned out. So I'm not sure why I put this one as my last one. Really, I think this one should have been the last one because it's the most successful. But anyhow, that's the whole thing. I do like this unified colour palette over here. And I think you can start to see a few things that have continued into my work now. I love using dark backgrounds still, and I love using pattern. So you've started to get a little bit of pattern-like stuff going on here. And oh, I just noticed, look, there are little umbrellas. They're poorly painted umbrellas, but I think they're meant to be umbrellas. That's kind of cool. It's about the only cool thing about this one. I really don't like this painting. But yeah, that's what's going on. Lots of historical reference in there, which is another thing that I do a lot of still. It'll be interesting to see what my final year's one is. I have a feeling that I'd improved a fair bit, but the themes get weirder. So we'll see. I'll show that maybe not in the next vlog, but in the vlog after, just because I'm going to Australia next week for the Australian Book Design Awards. So there will be a vlog. It will just be a different kind of vlog, a travel vlog. My goodness, it's been a long time since I've done one of those. I've just got the finishing touches to do on this design for the bookish box, which is The Beholder by Anna Bright. They've announced that on their website, on their Instagram, so I can say that now. So I'm looking forward to sharing that design with the world. And yeah, I've got to finish up the scarf design, which you will have seen some footage of. That has taken me absolutely ages, but it's so satisfying. You know, it's so many hours of work to do a design like that, but it's got such a rich quality that you don't get from digital design. At least I haven't managed to get it from digital design yet. So yeah, I'm going to put probably an Emily Bronte quote about autumn on there. I'll do that on the computer, I think, just so I have a bit more control. And yeah, then I can get some samples ordered. This is how the scarf is looking so far. And as you can see, I've left this gap here. That is going to be black. And that's going to leave me space to put a quote. And you will have seen that some of this is watercolour, which is a little bit unusual for me, but I didn't have quite the right orange for this, and I didn't want to use the copper because it's metallic, and I just wanted to use the gold metallic on this, which I'll do at the end. So instead, to get some of these different autumnal tones, I thought I would use my little watercolour set, which hasn't had any attention for a very long time. Hi folks, it is Friday evening. Just thought I'd do a quick sign off for this vlog and say thank you for watching. This is how far I've got with this design. I'm thinking we will make quite a nice scarf. I'm just adding some more detail at the moment and going over the top of it with some Copic markers, putting more detail on the acorns, and I will go back in and add some gold as well. Yeah, hopefully this will be going up on Instagram very soon, and I'm hoping to get some other designs done over the weekend as well. We'll see how that goes and how my hands are. They haven't been great doing this, but better than they have been in the past, so we'll see. If you want to go back and see my other studio vlogs, you can click here to see, go back to the beginning and watch the first one, or if you're mostly caught up and just want to see the previous one, it is here. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!